Hi, this is Jim McCullen, author of Control Your Day. In this video, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step instructions for Chapter 5, setting up your CYD rule and filing macro. In this video, I'll cover that CYD Today rule, how to auto-assign categories, how to file your messages both manually and with a macro that will do it automatically for you. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do to configure for CYD is set up a rule that flags all messages as they're received for follow-up today. So what we're going to do is go up to the rules and we're going to create a rule, and we'll go right to advanced options, and we want to create a rule for everything, so we don't want to block anything out, although you may want to if you want to skip newsletters, or maybe if you're an IT guy, server alerts or something like that, you could skip them, but we're going to include all. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to come down and say flag for follow-up, and then you got to click the link down below and choose today, so just say OK. Click next. Again, you could do some exceptions if you want to, but we're going to do it for everything. Now, you could run this on your inbox right now. The problem with that is if you're not all set to go with CYD, this is going to flag every message in your inbox with a follow-up flag. So you may not want to do that. And then what we can do is just put in CYD Follow-up Today rule or something along those lines, so you know exactly what this is with all of your other rules. And we'll go ahead and click Finish. We've now created that rule. So what's going to happen is every time you receive a message, it's going to get flagged for follow-up today. And it's going to move it into your CYD system, into your CYD folder, your Due Today folder. So that's really all you have to do for the CYD rule. The next thing I just wanted to show you is how to auto-assign categories. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. One is you can just right-click on a message. And so, for example, if I took my free burger from Red Robin here and said that I wanted to create a rule anytime I get a message from Red Robin, and let's say Red Robin is a customer of mine, right? So maybe what I want to do is click Assign to Category, and I'll choose a new category, and I'll call it, I use A for Accounts, Red Robin. So this way, anytime I get a message from Red Robin, it's automatically flagged as category Red Robin. Click Next. No exceptions, and I can run this rule now and it'll auto flag or auto categorize everything. So I highly recommend that you take this step along the way to auto categorize your messages. You can also create rules right here, create a rule the same way we just did if you want to just go through and create a bunch of rules at once to auto categorize your messages. So that's really all there is to auto categorizing. The next piece I wanted to talk about was filing your messages. Now, there's two ways to do that in CYD. What happens is your inbox has all of your messages that are active. And the reason I do that is that, sorry guys, Windows fighting me. The reason I do that is so that if you are on your smartphone, you can see those messages. Once you've completed your message, you've cleared your follow-up flag, and all you have to do that is say follow-up clear flag, and it'll remove the flag. If you don't need the message at all, you could just delete it. But you can see here I've got 4 messages that I've cleared the follow-up flag on. So there's 2 ways we can get those to your Inbox Pro, which is where you processed, which is where you're going to store all your messages. So once they're completed, you're going to move them into Inbox Pro. And that's another big difference in CYD is that you don't file messages in all different types of folders. You file them in one folder, Inbox Processed, and you categorize them or you view them by subject or from or to. And then you've got your sent folder. So at the end of the year, all you've got is your Inbox Pro and your sent folder. You can archive those very easily, and you're done for the year, nice and clean. So the easiest way from a manual standpoint is you can just once a day or during your weekly review, you can take these messages, anything that's got the follow-up flag cleared, and you can sort very easily by that. And you can just drag them right into your Inbox Pro, and that'll move them there. There is an automated way to do that, and I'm going to show you that next. You do need to have some admin access to your Microsoft Outlook to be able to accomplish this. So as I'm going through this process, if you run into screens where you don't see the same things I do, it probably means your IT group has locked them out from you. So you may need to talk to your IT group if you do want to automate it. If you can't get them to make those changes, you can still do it manually on a daily or weekly basis to clean these out and move them over to your Inbox Pro folder. So that's the manual process. So let's take a look at creating the auto filing macro. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to our options under the File tab, and we need to go down to the Trust Center. We're going to enable macros within Microsoft Outlook. So if you go to the macro settings, we want to set notifications for all macros. So right now, as a default, it's disabled, which means these macros just won't run. We want to be notified that there's a macro running, and then let it run. Just click OK there. And then the other piece we need to do is go to the Customize ribbon and check off the Developer tab, because that's how we create the macro and place it in Outlook, is in the Developer tab. Click OK. Again, if you didn't have access to see some of those features, it's probably your IT group has locked you out. So let's go to the Developer tab, and you've got this Visual Basic icon here. We're going to click on that, and Outlook comes with one default project. So we're going to open that, and we're going to go into Microsoft Outlook Objects in this Outlook session. So this is code that's going to run during this Outlook session. So which one is copy in, and sorry, that was my clipboard tone there. Copy in this code from my step-by-step guides. So if you go onto the website and you request a step-by-step guide, you'll get a PDF file. You can grab this code. All it's doing is saying whenever Microsoft Outlook quits, I want you to go and find the default inbox, which is, if you only have one mail folder set up in Outlook, that is your default. If you have multiples, like you have a Gmail account, an Outlook account, it's going to go to your default. I've got to add some logic to this script to support multiple boxes, but right now it's just your default. It's then going to take that Inbox Pro folder that we talked about before and set that as the destination. And it's going to look through all messages in the inbox, and if their flag status is cleared, meaning there is no due date any longer, it's going to move it to the Inbox Pro folder. So that's all this code is doing. So we'll go ahead and click File, Save VBA Project, and File, close and return to Microsoft Outlook. So now we've enabled macros, and we've set up the macro, and we still have these messages sitting in our inbox. So let's go ahead and exit Outlook, and we'll go ahead and start it back up again. Sorry about that. And now you can see those messages are gone. So when I exited Outlook, it moved those messages to the Inbox Pro. So that's the auto filing step in CYD. It takes care of it for you. Well, that's it for this video. So we've shown you how to set up the CYD Follow-up Today rule, how to auto assign categories, and then how to move your messages either manually or with the auto filing macro. Thank you again for your support, and if you have any questions or comments on Control Your Day, please go to www.controlyourday.net and post them there. Thank you very much.